say.
That's not for you. Give me that.
I see you made the stem longer, and added the thorns and a tear.
Well, I thought you probably would feel sad.
Yes. You're right, of course. But all I knew then was how I felt. I was too young to know how to love her. The fact is, I didn't understand anything at all.
When all that you thought was right goes wrong, when all you can sing's the saddest song, when all that you've built has fallen apart, and all that you feel's the hurt in your heart, when all that was certain has turned to regret and confusion, when you fear that the once perfect world that was yours was only an illusion, then you must fly away, no matter where you go, into the sky away from all the pain you know. To stay would be more than impossible even to try, so you must fly. There was an entire group of planets, each inhabited by only one man. The first one was inhabited by a king seated upon a throne. He was clad in a robe, purple and ermine, that almost entirely covered his planet.
Ah, subject, approach that I may see you better. It is not proper to yawn in the presence of the king. I order you not to yawn.
I can't help it. I've traveled a long way and I haven't any sleep.
Ah, well then I order you to yawn. It's been years since I've seen anyone yawn. Yes, yes, give us a good one. It's in order.
I'm sorry. I guess I can't anymore.
Ah, well then I order you to sometimes yawn and sometimes not to yawn. There, my orders are very reasonable, don't you think?
May I sit down?
I order you to sit down.
Sure.
Silent.
Sire.
Sure.
Sire, excuse me for asking the question.
I order you to ask me a question.
Over what do you rule?
Over everything.
Everything?
Everything.
And the stars obey you.
Certainly they do, and the moon and the sun as well.
Oh. Well then, sire, could you possibly order me a sunset? I should love to see a sunset.
And so you shall.
When?
Oh, soon, soon. I shall command it. But I must wait for conditions to be favorable.
And when exactly will that be?
About 28. You will see how well I am obeyed.
I really should be going.
Don't go, don't go. I'll make you a minister of justice.
But there's no one here to judge.
You shall judge yourself. It is the most difficult thing of all.
Judge myself?
It is much more difficult to judge oneself than to judge others.
Then I knew it might be of some value to visit the other planets as well. Well, that's a good idea.
What?
You could draw them, and then when he ever looks at your pictures, it will be as if they made my journey as well.
Now wait a minute. I don't.
Approaching the next planet, it seemed to be inhabited by a very grand person.
Ah, an admirer.
Good morning. What a strange hat you're wearing.
It's a hat for acknowledging compliments. I raise it when people
claim me. Unfortunately, nobody ever passes by this way. Now sit down right here. Very good, very good. Now slap your hands together. Once more. Now faster. You really admire me very much.
Well,
I just love it when you admire me. Admire me. Tell me I'm the man that you aspire to be. Tell me I'm the picture of success. Oh me, oh my, oh yes. If all the world's a stage and I'm the greatest actor on it, if running were the rage, then I could win a marathon. It's plain and simple, I'm the best in all the world since God began it.
But you're the only person on this planet.
Even so, couldn't you just? Anyway, admire, admire me.
admire. What does that mean?
It means you pay me compliments.
Compliments?
Tell me good things about me.
Like what?
Well, there are hundreds of things you could say, don't go away, I'll think of something. I've got it now. You're ever so wealthy and ever so wise. I envy your health and I love your brown eyes. Got the gist? You've got that charisma, you've got that mystique, and no one can match your amazing physique. Oh, you can use that one anytime. You're loyal, courageous, you're brave and you're true, and truthful of Boy Scouts is nothing on you. You drive me wild, I could go on all day, but since you're a child, it's enough just to say. Admire me, tell me I'm the man that you aspire to be. Give me some applause in which to bask. Is that so great a task? Admire me, inspire me, write me up a telegram and wire me. Say you admire me. That's all, that's all, that's all. I ask. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But I didn't see why it should be so important to him. Oh, that's very good.
You think?
I can almost see him tipping his hat.
Grown-ups are very fond of hats.
I know. I found them to be altogether very strange.
So have I. But go on. What happened next?
The next planet he visited was inhabited by a businessman who was so busy.
3 and 2 make 5, so 5 and 7 make 12.
Good morning.
26 and 5 make 31. That makes 501,622,731.
500 million what?
I can't stop now. I'm much too busy. Can't you see I'm concerned with important things? 500 million. 3 and 2 make
Millions of what?
millions of those little objects in the sky.
Flies?
No, glittering objects.
Fireflies.
No, little golden objects that set lazy men to idle dreaming.
Ah, you mean the stars.
Yes, the stars. As for me, I'm concerned with important things. No time for idle dreaming in my life.
So you say, what do you do with the stars?
What do I do with them?
Yes.
Nothing. I own them.
You own the stars?
Yes.
But I've already seen a king who...
Kings do not own, they reign over. It's quite different.
But how can anyone own the stars?
Well, to whom do they belong?
I don't know. To nobody.
Then they belong to me. I was the first person to think of it.
Well, what good does it do to you to own the stars?
It makes me rich.
And what good does that do to you?
It means I can put them into a bank.
What's that?
It means I write down the number of stars I have on a little piece of paper. I put that paper into a drawer, and then I lock it with a key.
I myself own a rose, whom I water every day. So it's of some use to her that I own her. But you are of no use at all to the stars.
Rose.
I traveled onward, and soon noticed a lonely flickering light.
And there, on an even smaller planet, stood a sweet old man, faithfully lighting his street lamp.
Good morning. Why have you just put your lamp out?
Those are the orders. Good morning.
Well, what are the orders?
The orders are that Oops. Good evening.
Well, why have you just lighted it again?
Those are the orders.
Well, I don't understand.
There's nothing to understand. Orders are orders. The days go so quickly, the nights go so fast. It's barely the present before it's the past. And the sun sets forever and forever it has to be. Rising and setting and it all goes so fast. I follow a terrible profession. In the old days, it was reasonable. I'd put the lamp out in the morning, and in the evening, I'd light it again. I had the rest of the day for relaxation, and the rest of the night for sleep.
The orders have been changed since then?
The orders have not been changed. Now that's the tragedy. You see, year after year, the planet has turned faster and faster, and the orders have not been changed. Now once every minute, I have to light my lamp and put it out again.
That's very funny. A day only lasts a minute here.
It's not funny at all. Well, we've been talking together. A whole month has gone by.
A whole month?
And the eyes of the moon are foretelling that soon it will pass near unnoticed. It will be noon. And the sun sets forever and forever it has to be. Rising and setting and it all goes so soon.
You know, I could tell you a way to get rest whenever you wanted to.
Oh, tell me. I always want to rest.
Your planet is so small that it would only take 3 steps to go all the way around. So all you would have to do is walk slowly, very slowly, and the day will last as long as you like.
That doesn't do me much good, I'm afraid. If there's one thing I like to do in this life, it's sleep. But you can't sleep if you're walking.
Then you're unlucky.
I am unlucky. Good morning. Good evening. Good morning. Good evening. And the sun sets forever and forever it has to be. Rising and setting and it all goes so soon. And I stand at my station with the stars fading out. But there's no relaxation, no joy to be found. And the sun sets forever and forever it has to be. Rising and setting and the stars spin around. Good morning. Good evening. 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 Good morning. Good evening.
That was the only one of them all who didn't seem selfish. Perhaps it was because he cared about his work. What he did was useful, and therefore beautiful. Your drawing looks very much like him.
Does it?
He was the only one of them all I could have made my friend. But there was not enough room on his planet for 2 people. So I moved onward.